on the computer.
Got it.
Okay, let's make you a co-host real quick. It won't. Oh, there it goes. It says make host.
Okay, well then just do share screen. You can still be you can still host because you need to record like you're doing now because we're recording now. But share spotlight.
There you go. Spotlight. Spotlight. All right.
There we go.
Okie dokie. So tonight we're really excited because we are going to be talking about setting or not setting. Oh man, it's not that. That's just the first point. But okay, hold on. Tasks to run a successful business. So I knew what we're talking about. I just know what we labeled it. So let me just clarify. But I really think that this is super important because as more that I'm having like more calls with a lot of my downline and my front line, I'm noticing that you guys want to work, but you just don't know what you need to be doing to work. And I know I get so many times like, hey, can you give me 3 tasks to do today? Hey, can you do this and tell me what I need to do? And I love doing that for you guys because it's just kids. I'm able to look at your numbers and I'm able to say, okay, well, you need to reach out to frontline. You need to, because you need more active frontline. Or if your PRV is lacking, okay, well, you need to do a bar party. You need to book a party, or you need to do a challenge, a wax challenge, and sell X amount of bars. I know I went live on my team page because I have so many frontline that are so close to being active. So I challenged everybody on my team to go and pull a report and see who in their front line is close to being active and telling them how far they are from being active, and reach out to them and tell them and like do that, be open about it, be genuine about it. And I think sometimes those leaders, and even if you're just starting out, we know what somebody needs to do, but we fail to tell them what they need to do or how to get to the next level. And so you need to get very intentional with what you're doing. And I really think that this topic is going to do that. It's going to get very intentional in saying, okay, well, you need to do X today, or you need to we're going to talk about non-negotiables in your business. So you need to make non-negotiables. And I will say a lot of this topic, I'm just going to speak like, I don't know, Michelle is going to speak in a second, but we have to do our question too, by the way. But a lot of this topic is going to be us really telling you guys, like, you need to reflect on your business. I can't do the work for you. I can coach you there. I can cheer you on. I can give you a million shout outs, but ultimately I can't do the work for you. So I really challenge everybody after this call to like sit down and say, like, where am I at in my business now? Where do I want to be at my business by the end of the year? And what actions am I doing well? And what actions do I need to change and get better in? If you can identify those things, you're going to be able to set all the stuff that we talk about tonight. And I do want to be very upfront. I'm going to show you what works for me, but because it works for me and because this is what I do every single month, it doesn't mean that you need to do it too. So take what I say, use it, try it, and then change it up. We're going to tell you, Michelle's going to tell you some stuff too. So take what we say, try it, and then if it doesn't work, try something different. Or if a part of it works, but another part of it doesn't, change the part that doesn't and make it what you want to do. So I'm just going to be very honest about that. And yeah, you want to say anything, Michelle?
I just feel like this is the season that it's going to get very busy. So what we're going to tell you tonight is going to be key to you not losing your mind with this business. A lot of you are brand new and have not even been through a busy season yet in the fall. And some of you, that's when you joined last year. So you came in with wheels running and you did amazingly. But you have to have you have to have certain tasks for your business in order for it to be successful. And some of the points that Tiffany and I talked about in our business, you know, we felt like this was really heavy on our heart today because we had another topic we were going to talk about tonight. And we were like, you know what? Stop that one for right now. And, you know, I feel like this is something that we need to go over with you guys because we want you to be as successful as you want to be. Okay. This business is limitless. It is endless. You are the determinator of how much your paycheck is going to be. So if you want just $100 to get some groceries and put some gas in your car, that's fine. If you want $1,000 to pay your house payment, that's fine. If you want $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 to change your life and to retire like me, that's fine too. It's all in what you do and put into your business, but you have to have organization, you have to have tasks, and you have to have ways to run your business because the bottom line is this is a business and you need to treat it like one, and you need to literally show up every day and do the things that you need to do for your business to be as successful as you want to. Okay. So if it's the $100 that you're looking for, figure out how you're going to get that and how much it's going to take you to get that. And you're done for the month. You know, if it's to grow a team and be a leader and to grow your paycheck, then you got to make some choices and you got to do some hard things in your business to work it to be able to do that. So, all right.
All righty. Do you want to do the question or?
Yes.
Okay, so we did a question for ourselves. So we're going to ask you guys to do this, but we wanted to be very upfront and do it with you guys and know that we're never going to ask you guys to do something. Oh my gosh, I'm so ADD with my like wedding band, whatever. But we're never going to ask you guys to do something that we're not going to do too. So Michelle, what is your expectation out of your business?
So my expectation out of my business is the number one thing is first and foremost to have my 500 minimum PRV in. So as a leader, I know that the hard work that I put in with my group and with my team, it's going to pay off. And that is not just a cash thing, that is a growth thing. Like, I just know that I need to have that in order to do that. I know another expectation of my business is to sponsor at least 2 people a month, because as a star director, superstar director, anything, if you are not constantly sponsoring throughout this career, I mean, throughout the rest of your life, if you're not constantly sponsoring, then your business is going to die. And I know that, and I've seen that. People let their front line go. And just because they have a group of 150 and you have 4 frontline, then you know what? Your business is not going to succeed. So you have to keep on doing that. I have to know that I have to sponsor and keep sharing the business and sharing the blessing and doing that. So those 2 things, and increasing my paycheck, because I will retire from my 9-to-5 job. And since it will be my retirement, which is the way my husband and I are going to live for the rest of our life. And, you know, by doing these things and setting that expectation, I have to run my business. I don't have a retirement. I mean, I've worked all of these years. I had a retirement, but my husband went out for disability, and all of y'all know it takes forever and 50 years to get somebody disability, and you can't work whenever you're doing that. So I had to draw out all of my retirement from the hospital. And that's honestly why I never saw myself being able to retire. I always told somebody, I was born in the hospital I work in, I work in the hospital I work in, and I'm probably going to die in that hospital that I work in. So, I mean, that was literally what I would tell people, because I was going to have to work till I literally died there. But now with Cincy and me setting expectations for myself, I can see that happening now. I can see me running a successful direct sales business that will take me into retirement, that my husband and I can enjoy ourselves and, you know, be together and do things. So I see that. So that's just a few of my expectations for my business. And I won't take no for an answer. So.
Love it. Okay, so my expectations for my business is I show up every single day. that's my expectation, that every single day I will do something that will pay me in the long run, whether it's a recruiting conversation, whether it's a sale, or whether it's a party, or whether it's I connect with 5 people that I haven't talked to in a really long time, so that I'm building those connections with for my future. Then that is my expectation. I have to do this because my family depends on me eating off of this income. It pays my bills, pays my house payment, it pays for our groceries, it pays for Ellie Grace to go to horseback riding lessons. Like, this is why I have to work, and that's my expectation. I will not stop, and I will not ever take what I do daily for granted, because I can't, because this is how we live. So I think that that's my expectation, that I just keep going. I put my head down every single day. I make sure that I will put my 500 in, that every single day I'm just doing something to move me forward. So your expectations are going to lead you. So if you have that why, and you have that, I expect this out of my business because of this, then you're going to get somewhere, and you're going to be able to make all these actions off of that expectation. So starting with point 1, I want you guys to really go through, after this call or while you're listening to us and just kind of taking everything in, but what is your expectation out of your business? Where do you want to be? Why do you need to be where you want to be? So set that expectation, so then you know where to go after that. Okay. And then, let's see. Do you want to take a picture now? I'm sorry, I'm ADD.
Yes,
You
but I
want to
can't.
smile real quick and take a picture? Okay, everybody turn your cameras on, and then I'll go
I
into
made
it. Full screen.
Hey,
Oh wait, how do I do this? Do I undo everybody?
Uh-huh.
Oh no, remove spotlight. How do I remove spotlight?
Can you see
go to
everybody
gallery.
on the screen?
No, I don't have my phone.
Go to gallery.
Wait, I don't have my phone.
Switch to gallery view. Where's your phone?
I've been turning it off at like 5 o'clock every day. Don't you have
All right,
yours?
Yeah, but it's gonna cut our heads off because I'm on my iPad.
Oh, okay. Well,
Okay,
hold on.
wait, go to
Jackie.
view. Go to
Jackie,
view.
Send it to us.
Okay. Hold on. Let me get my phone.
Here, I got you.
Okay, here. I got it.
Okay.
Somebody already left us.
Hold on. Okay, you guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. I've never done it before.
Oh my
Here we go.
gosh.
Okay. I try not
Okay.
to get the phone, but it doesn't work all the time.
That's
Okay,
good.
well, everybody watching this recording is totally gonna be like, "These people are really just like."
This is important.
It's
We'd love to shout y'all out for being on
so.
here.
In case you're watching this video, we're obsessed with taking pictures of our people and like shouting them out. Apologize.
We love our peeps.
I can't find you now. Oh, there you are. Oh, okay. Dang it.
Okay, a light going on.
Okay. We're back.
Okay.
Okay. Are you muted?
Am I muted?
Okay. No. Okay, you're back.
So set those expectations, because that's going to be able to get you to where you want to be in 5 years. Your customers and team see if you're fully invested into your business. Okay. So if you're seeing a lack of sales, or you're seeing a lack of team communication, make sure that you really take a look at, like, what am I doing? Am I showing up every single day? And we'll talk about that more in consistency, but I think that that's very important to highlight. That needs to be one of your non-negotiables in your business. So a non-negotiable is something that you do every single day, no matter what. I'm going to give you some of mine. I know that I went live on my team page talking about my daily checkoff list. What I do on this daily checkoff list is several things, but my thing that I do every single day is a tracker, 1 through like 31, in case there's 31 days. Every single day I have a sale conversation, a booking conversation, and a recruiting conversation. That's non-negotiable for me, because that's going to be how I build into my next month. Okay. Before I even do anything on my team page, and my team is on here, and so they can like contest to this, I do not post on my team page until my non-negotiable is done. Those 3 are done because I have to take care of me before I can take care of them. So if you're in your business and you're a leader and you feel like you have to take care of your team first, I want you to kind of take a step back and be like, okay, is this a non-negotiable? Because your team's going to do what you're doing. If you notice that your team is feeding into their teams too much, but then their sales are dying down, that's because their balance is off. So make sure that you keep doing, and we'll talk about, Michelle's going to talk about customer care, but you need to keep the customer care above the team. Okay. Because I want my team to have bomb sales, and they're only going to have bomb sales if I have bomb sales. Okay. So lead from the front. Instead of telling them what to do, show them what to do. And that's, you're going to be taking care of your non-negotiables every single day. Another non-negotiable that I have for myself and my business, so every single month, no matter what it is, I will have 500 in. I never have to get to the end of the month and worry where my 500 is coming from, because that's non-negotiable. I usually have that in the first week of the month, because it's that much of like, I need my 500 for me to get paid as a director. I need my 500. So that's non-negotiable for me. I have upped my non-negotiable to 2K. So that's really what I push for. Do I hit that every single month? No, it's a goal, but I will always have 1,000 in, and I normally have over that. So just make that goal for yourself. Your non-negotiable, if you are a lead consultant or above, for your PRV is 500. And I'm not saying that to be very like upfront and honest, but you need to get that leadership bonus. And for you to get paid, you have to have that 500 in. You're going to be losing out and leaving so much money on the table if you don't have that 500 in. And I'm just going to go ahead and say this now. We're in an incentive period. So your non-negotiable now needs to be 1,000, because you want that 2,500 consistency points. Even if you are a certified consultant, you still get that 2,500 consistency points if you hit that 1,000. And your paychecks are going to be totally different too. When you hit 500 PRV, you are going to only get $125 paycheck at 25% with no leadership bonuses too. Okay. So you're only going to get 125. When you go to 1,000, it's a minimum of 250. Okay. So that's a really big pay jump that you're going to see by doing the extra 500. That 500, y'all, I promise, is not as bad if you book these parties and you do these like daily checkoffs. I did this and I started it, and I have never had this many parties booked at one time. And it's just,
and don't let the burden be on yourself. It's not your responsibility to pay for your own PRV. You need to understand that. That's one big thing that Heidi and Orville especially taught us, that you use Scentsy money for your family, not your family's money for Scentsy. And that's huge. And I know a lot of times you're like, well, I have to buy my products just so I can get my, 200 in at least, or my 500 in, or whatever I have to buy my products. I mean, do I have a club for myself? Absolutely. I mean, I'm going to use Scentsy. I'm going to use clean stuff. So I have my own club. I'm going to get a whiff box. So I have my own club. My club comes out on the 10th, the day I get paid. I don't know how I figured that out, but praise Jesus, it is coming out on the 10th on the day I get paid. So, I mean, there's no reason why you should be spending your money to get to your PRV. That's what you have parties for. That's what you have customers for. That's what you have repeat customers for. And I'll talk a little bit about customer care, but I wanted to throw that out there while Tiffany was talking about PRV. It's not on your shoulders, your burden, to pay for your Scentsy PRV. Don't ever think your business has to run like that, because it does not have to.
I feel like that's not a business though. If we're being honest, if you're paying for your own stuff, we got to chat. Like, you need to take what Michelle says into like heart, because you cannot run a business off of you. You have to run a business off of your customers and how you're feeding into them. So maybe take a step back and look at like, where did I go wrong? Michelle's going to give you some tips because she gave some great tips today, but that's kind of where you need to start. So if you don't know where to start after this call, that would be where. So, okay. So non-negotiables, 500, 1,000 for incentive points. I really encourage you guys, even outside of incentive periods, to hit that 1,000. It's just going to make you feel better. And you're going to see I saw a really good analogy from Katie Laster. She's an SSD, but she said for every 1,000 PRV that she does, she goes for 1 recruit. And that's a really good rule of thumb. If you're doing 1,000 in sales every single month, the recruits are going to come because you're having all these customers that are ordering from you. So think about it that way and kind of start. I know Michelle talked about she's like that's a non-negotiable for her 2 recruits. So Michelle, can I say like your PRV right now? Okay. So Michelle has over 2,000 PRV right now. Michelle has 1 recruit right now. I didn't ask for that part. Can I throw your recruiting out now that I said it? Michelle has 1 recruit. So Michelle's goal, and we talked about this today, is to get another recruit so that she keeps that 1,000 PRV and that 1 recruit. And that's what she's going for. So really think about that as a rule of thumb too. Because if you had those 1,000 PRV, you have customers in there that you can recruit. Okay.
And don't be scared to recruit your best customer.
Yeah, do not be scared to do that. But that's
why not better to give up that PRV than it is in 1 month than it is to have a new teamie that's going to bless you month after month after month if you work together.
Your next rock star for sure. So as much as I challenge you guys to have non-negotiables in your business, you need to have non-negotiables outside of your business. And this is going to get where it's like you're doing both, but you cannot run your business 24 hours a day. Let's just like literally say that, because I hear so many times I worked from like 8 o'clock in the morning till 2 o'clock at night or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, what are you doing? Because I can't work that long. So non-negotiables in my business. I know y'all said I did not have my phone near me. My non-negotiable, and you can ask Michelle, is I've been putting my phone down at 5 o'clock. I will send her a text at like look, she's pouting right now. I will send her a text at 7:30 and say, I love you. I will talk to you in the morning. And then I turn my phone off. Turn your phone off. I never did this. And Ellie Grace pointed it out to me and she was like, Mom, why are you always on your phone? And I wasn't on my phone working. I was just on my phone scrolling, or I was checking the team page, doing all that kind of stuff. And I was like, that's not a good thing if my 5-year-old is telling me that I'm on my phone too much. So kind of like look in and be like, what is my non-negotiable outside of my business that is going to bless my family? Because this is why we're all doing this. We all have somebody that we're working for. So you need to make sure that you don't burn those like non-work relationships because you're working to provide for those people. You need to balance it more. And that's what I had to adjust. And that's really why after 7 o'clock, I have a post that's scheduled. And you guys think I'm posting, but it's a scheduled and you guys love it. It's something you guys need to hear. It's something you need to see. It's a tip, but I don't have my phone. And that's why normally I don't comment back because I don't see it. So next point. Non-negotiables. Make sure you guys do those though. Seriously.
Yeah.
Customer care.
So customer care for me, and y'all know I love you, and you know I'm going to be totally honest with you. And anytime we talk, I'm going to be totally honest with you. I was not taking care of my customers. I felt like I was drowning. I was like life was happening, and I don't even have little kids, and life was happening. And it was like, I really couldn't get to the point where, hold on a minute. Let me text my husband and tell him I'm doing, because he's calling me right now.
What would men do without us? They would be so lost. We were having this conversation today too.
Hold on.
We spoiled them.
So my customers, I was not following up with I was kind of following up, but not really organized following up. Yeah, I know, right? Doesn't he know it's Tuesday? And I put them on the back burner. And that is the worst thing that you can do. Honest and true, that is the worst thing that you can totally do. And I told Tiffany, I said, I cannot get my PRV up. My PRV was struggling. I literally was just barely over 500. And I mean, I was freaking out, and I'm like, what is wrong with my business? What's going on with my business? And the whole entire time, I didn't see what was right in front of me. I have dedicated customers. I have repeat customers that order from me every single month. And I sat down and I was like, you know what? The one thing that hit me, and this hit me really, really, really hard. And I mean, I sent it to Tiffany, I sent it to Anna, Watson. I was like, I literally wanted to cry. One of my very good customers, y'all, really good customer. She's a Cincy clubber of mine. And she posted on Facebook a packet that she got from a very known, very well-known, amazing consultant that lives in the same city that I do. Thank you so much for my Cincy goodies. I love them. And I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. That is like literally, that's my customer. Like literally, she's a club member of mine. Literally, I am like freaking right now. And it was really nice, honest and true. It was some nice stuff that she got, and she posted it and tagged her on Facebook. And I was like, oh my God, that's it. That's what I'm not doing. I'm not taking care of my customers, literally not taking care of my customers. And I was like, I told Tiffany and Anna Watson, I was like, you know what? I said, no. I have these, and I've been showing out. I have these little cards that have the, I ordered them from the consultant store. They have the little buy 12 products. It's a loyalty card. Buy 12 products for me, and I send you a free wax bar. I have that stuff. And I was like literally in my mind, keeping track of it, in my good notes, keeping somewhat track of it, but I was not really keeping track of it. I was not really being intentional and organized with my customer care. And y'all, when I saw her post that and tag that other consultant, and I will tell you that consultant is an SSD. When they tagged her, she tagged her and showed the stuff that she had sent her, I was like, oh my God, I'm literally going to lose customers if I don't step up my game. Okay. So number one, you better show up, and you better build those relationships, and you better build that trust in them. Okay. Who's her wax boss? Me. She's not, I mean, she might have a club with somebody else, but I don't know that. But to me, she's one of my clubbers. She's one of the 6 people that are clubbers to me that, honest and true, I should spoil the heck out of. And I never, ever did. I never did. Rewind to when I saw that. It was probably a day later that I got my crap together. Just let me tell you this. And a lot of you that have been showing up on Michelle's Power Pop-Ups, that's what I'm calling them. Tiffany schedules hers as Power Hours. Mine are Michelle Power Pop-Ups. And that's just whenever I'm sitting right here in all my glory, doing all of my stuff. I bought this. All right, let me move so you can see. Fifi Fitzgerald is I think she's an SSD that she had a sample thing that she did. So she said it's very easy for me to grab my samples or to grab my customer mail and go. It's not anything that stresses me out. And I'm like, this stresses me out. Me having to sit down and do customer mail and do all of that stuff and do stamps.com, all that crap, that stresses me out. I don't like doing it. I really don't. And the reason I didn't like doing it is because I wasn't organized. Okay. I was not organized enough to appreciate my customers for supporting my business. I mean, you can ask Tiffany. I have had the most $2,000 months last year than I've ever had in my business since I started. And that's because my customers see the loyalty in me. My customers see the realness in me. My customers want to purchase from me. And by the grace of God, they do come back to me because I surely was not doing anything to spoil them. Honest and true. So that changed last month. So I went back, and I know you can't go back. You can't go back for forever. Okay. I went back to May. Okay, so I went back in my workstation. I went back to May and I did May, June, and July, and the first part of August. Because it was like the first week of August whenever I sent out my literal first mails. And I made a spreadsheet. Y'all know I'm an Excel freak, and I will share this spreadsheet with you. I don't mind. If you are using, I can't see the chat, but if you're using this or a customer loyalty program of any kind, share that in the chat, because this spreadsheet that I made, it helps me keep up with my customers now. It helps me stay accountable to my mail that I'm sending out. It helps me stay accountable to, yeah, you really did order 12 products and I'm going to send you a bar. So it helps me do that instead of just flying off the seat of my pants thinking that they're going to keep up with it. It's not their responsibility to keep up with how much they buy from me. It's mine. Okay. They're my customers. It's my business. It's my responsibility to keep up with that. So I'm doing all of this. I got all my mail done. I am spoiling the heck out of them because I sent them 3 large samples. I wrote them all down. There was 31 of them. And I knew when I got paid this past paycheck, I knew it was going to cost me. And did it hurt? Yes, because my paycheck was not as good as it has been because our numbers were very low last month. But I knew in my mind that I had to do this for the betterment of my business. Last month, I think my PRV was 879. And all I could think about was, we're going to start this incentive. I'm not even going to break 1,000 PRV. And I don't even know where all of this is coming from. And it was really stressing me out. So like Tiffany said, right now I've been over 2,000 PRV since last week. So I made the decision to spoil the heck out of it. So I did our little power pop-ups. I did my samples. I did a scent circle. I did some little cards and I'll share them too. I'm going to pick those. I had to print more cards at Walmart. I print my cards at Walmart. So they look kind of like my stuff right here. These are, I just put them in these bags so I can separate them. Kind of like these, but I'll show you the ones that I'm putting in my mail. So I knew I was going to have to bite that bullet and invest that money back into my business. It cost me almost $52 to do all of my mail. And that was because I had 31 customers and I had 6 club customers that I really, really spoiled. Okay. Because those are the people that you really, really need to spoil every month. So they got a box. They got like a box with bigger samples in it. So I had like bigger bottle samples than just the little bottle samples, you know, so they got bigger stuff in their box. So their boxes were a little bit more to send out. But those 6 customers, they equal about $400 worth of PRV for me every single month. That's my club people. So yes, I am going to start spoiling the heck out of them and sending them different stuff and sending them bigger samples and bigger stuff because they take care of me. I don't have to worry about that. And I know for a fact that my clubbers are going to be there and I don't have to worry about that. So my regular customers got this. My clubbers got their box, and I know now that every single time I get an order in, I saved it on my Google Drive. So if I have my laptop, if I have my iPad, or even if I have my phone, I can pull up my Google Drive. I can pull up that spreadsheet. I can enter in the stuff that they did, and it takes the stress out of me going back. So I have a list, an ongoing list that I know who ordered from me, what they, or not what they ordered, but what products, how many products they ordered and everything. Soon as I sent these out, these are some, I had to get their address because I did not fill out my stuff properly. I got their order and I put my information in there with their name. So there's that too. I was not getting their proper information. But I have their stuff now, so I'm going to be mailing those out. Y'all, as soon as I mailed out those things, within a day, people started getting them. They tagged me on social media. One lady hasn't ordered since May. I think it was May. Tagged me on social media. I thanked her and I said, I hope you liked your goodies. Within 2 minutes, she turned around and ordered $87 worth of product from me. Within 2 minutes from getting this. So when we say customer care is huge for your business. It's huge for your business. Okay. And it doesn't have to be, I don't spend a lot of money. I did last month, but that's because I had 3 months worth of stuff to do. Okay. But if you look, if I would have kept up to it, let's just say $50, or let's even say $60. Let's round up because I'm not good at math. So $60 over a 3-month period, that's $20 a month. If I can't take $20 out of my paycheck that my customers did for me and invest it back into giving them a little something, it doesn't have to be much. Y'all, I got 200 of these for $6. These little mailers, 200 of them for $6 on Amazon. I just ordered, and I'll show you guys what I ordered. I just ordered some more of these little spray bottles. I ordered some more of the little Mylar bags, and I ordered some more of the little eye drop things that I put my, they're like these little things that I use to put my dish soap in. So it's like a little eye drop thing. I just ordered those. 200 of each of them, I think, which is going to last me for months. And it was $40 on Amazon. Okay. So you're going to have to invest in your customers because they invest in you. All right. And I know a lot of us, I mean, I will be the first to say, I might be a star director, but every single bit of money that I make goes towards my bills and my living. I mean, honest and true. I don't do a lot of extras. Y'all might see me going to the beach, but my husband's mother has a beach house at the beach. So we go down there, so, I mean, I don't want anybody to think she holds a title of star director. She makes all of this money so she can afford to do this. I don't afford to do a lot of stuff because I have dreams and I have plans, but I want my customers to be there to get me to those dreams and plans. And the only way to do that is if you show up every single day, make them excited to see what you're doing, make them excited to get some of the stuff that you're using. So this is a Scentsy, a fragrance mist. So I'm going to the gym now. Y'all see that? So you better believe that I have a fragrance mist in my bag that when I'm done, I'm going to start spraying myself with it because my customers are getting ready to I got a whole container of these. We did this on our power tank. I got a whole container of this ready to go for my mail next month.
I send mail outs every single month and mine cost me 1 stamp. And mine order literally since I started being really consistent with it back in May, I use a form very similar to Michelle that I made. But since I started doing that, I only send 1 stamp. I can get 20 stamps out at Walgreens because I print everything from Walgreens. And then I get 20 stamps for $11. And that's what I do. So I can send 20 mail outs for $11. So just send them something. I do a flower. I don't know what, I'm just everywhere. But I do send circle and then flyers and stuff a little bit. And then I do 3 or 4 samples. And the samples every single time I've had 5 or 6 people order what I've sampled. So just send them something, even if it's a failed sample. That's literally what I do in a send circle. And they're happy with it. They just want to know that they're appreciated.
And these cost me $1.40 to mail. It's $1.40 to mail this, and it has in it I'll open hers just so y'all can see. I can put it in another envelope. It's my cousin, she won't care. I'll show you what's inside of it. So I put my little logo thing on the back of it and a thank you. Put confetti in it too, so there's that. So this is what comes inside of mine. All right. Tell me in the comments what this is. Tiffany, you got to see. There you go, Nicole, with box. What I have, a Ziploc bag full of that crap, right? It comes in your whiff box. If you order a whiff box, I literally stuff my whiff box crap in here every single time, every time. So they get a little bit of that. I have a bag because I'm trying to do my branding with the blue and the shells and the blue and the purple, like our logo thing. But I have a bag of confetti, little blue bag of confetti. think that was like $5 on Amazon. So what my people got was a dish soap sample, which are these. And I told you I just ordered those. I'll put the link on there. It was like, I forget how many, it's like 50 for like $7 or something like that. These little pads are those makeup pads. Okay, look at the difference. I wet one so you can see. This is what it looks wet. So it's super flat, super light. So this weighs like nothing. All right, so this is dish soap. And then I did that same spray bottle. These are, you're going to be your best friends because you can get a lot of them for really cheap. And it is Scentsy Fresh. And I did a label with the black raspberry vanilla. I included a scent circle because all of my orders get a scent circle. And then a product list because everybody needs a product list to remind them of what we have. Some blue confetti. And then these are my cards that I got. Everybody's getting my my frequent flyer card thing. They're getting another one, but I'm keeping up with it. But I still want them to know. I want it to trigger that this is what they're going to get. With the frequent flyer thing, this was something that I made up as another trigger, which tells them you are 7 products away from earning from your 12th purchase from me and reach 12 products and get a free wax bar. So this lets them know, oh my God, I could order like a 6-pack of wax and I can get another bar for free. Okay, so this lets them know how close they are to their 12th product from me. And then my last one is my thank you card that says, thank you, you totally made my day. Your support of my business means the world to my family. I wanted to send you a special thank you package to go along with your purchase you made. I hope you love your Scentsy products and your goodies from me. Snap a picture on and tag me on social media. That is another way of helping support my business. That's all it says. And that's what they got in their little box. But it doesn't have to be a lot in order for them just to see your appreciation. So if you don't want to do all of that, it's like Tiffany said, get you an envelope, get you one stamp, and put a thank you note in there. That's all you got to do with a sample, a felt sample, you know. But by doing this and taking care of my customers, that is the number one thing that turned my PRV around this month. Honest and true. It really did. Because if it wasn't for my customers, I would have zero. Well, I'd have my club. So I'd be active. I'd be active because my club is pretty big because I have a lot of bars I don't want to ever go away in my lifetime. But if it wasn't for, you know, for them, I wouldn't have a business. I wouldn't be able to do all the things. I wouldn't be able to retire. So when I got that in my mind and I fixed my mind on that to be organized to take care of them, that was what the difference was.
Love it.
All right, Tiffany, you're next.
Okay. So after customer care, that's like a really big part of your business. So make sure that you're doing follow-ups. So consistency, this is going to be a task that you need to do, like make the center of everything. This business revolves around consistency. What do you do every single day, every week, every other week, once a month? Like, what do you do? So I'm going to tell you guys some of the stuff that Michelle does a lot of this too. So I'm going to just say we. If she doesn't do something, you'll know, but we do a lot of the same things. So, okay, let's talk PRV. Something that, like, these are the tasks that you guys need to be writing down, okay? So every single month, you need to make sure that you're booking at least 4 to 5 parties for the next month. If you can't book 4, that's fine, but make 4 your goal and at least always have 2 on your calendar, okay? So I'm going to show you guys how I track everything. If you're not a checklist person, please know that this may just like cringe. But so this is what I do. You guys can see this is where I'm at over here. It's a PRV thing. And I literally have all my tasks over here. And then I have week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4. And the weeks that I need to do it, there's a checkbox. So by the 3rd week, I like to make sure that I have my parties booked for the next month. And then I just check it off on that week. Okay. I normally always do, like lately, since I've been doing that daily 3 checkoff, because I do that 1 sale, 1 booking, and 1 recruiting conversation a day. So if you do that, by the 3rd week, you are going to have 4 for the next month done. Okay. We're going to add it to the Google Drive, Randy. So 4 parties for the next month. What'd you say? Yes.
I'll add my customer tracking log too.
Make sure you do okay. Make sure you do a copy. I'll help you. Michelle is new to Google Drive, okay, guys?
But I do love it now.
She does love it. I got her into it. I had to tell Michelle at the beach she needed to clean that crap up because Michelle had like 250 things just chilling. And I was like, oh, okay, sorry. So week 4, prep my party packs for the next month. I do party packs with every single party that I do. Since I've started doing those, I have noticed a ton of like interaction, a ton of more sales in my parties. My parties are getting to 500. I have one that's almost at 600. So party packs for me and my customers are where it's at. So I prep them on week 4. So then when I start the new month and somebody like fills my form out on job form, instead of me having to do the samples and put everything in there for the host, I just tap like print out who the host is, do it on the front of the sticker, and then put it in a mailer and send it out. So it's really easy and it's already done. So I just pull and stick and then mail. Okay. The next thing that I do, those 2 were once a month. Okay. So you're going to notice that some I do once a month and then some I do every single week. So the next thing is follow-ups on Amy every Friday. I do Fridays because that's when my customers get paid. So there's 4 literal check boxes across right here, and I just check it off. Okay. And this is also how I figure out what I need to do for the day. I do brain dumps and then I just kind of look at this and it goes for me. Okay. Collect scent bag orders on the first week. I do $10 scent bags. And so I collect those and then I submit them on the 2nd week. Some people do theirs on the 4th week and then submit the first day of the month, but mine I have to have a clear conscience. Like it gets very confusing running month into months for me. So I do mine on the 1st week, I collect orders, and then on the 2nd week I submit. Okay. And you're going to see that's once a month. So it's literally like here I click it and then here I check. Okay. And then restock samples, that's week 4. Customer thank you mail, I do that once a month on the 1st week. I do a bingo in my VIP page. And so I do that on my 3rd week. And then live on my VIP page, I do that every single week. Schedule VIP post every Sunday. I do that every single week. Prep the send of the month samples, do that the last week for the next month. Hostess coach, the host of the week, I do that every single week. And then track my customer appreciation cards, I do that the 1st week. So a lot of your tasks are going to be very aimed towards your customers for PRV. And I just break mine up by the 3 different cores that we talked about and did a training on. I do break mine out by leadership, PRV, and sponsoring. So those are my PRV tasks. My leadership task every single week, Tuesday night sparks. Every single week, connection calls. My end of month live that we do, I do that on week 4. So that's once a month. My top PRV cards, I do that once a month on the 1st week. My Monday tip on the team page or some type of live training on the team page, I do every single week. My newsletter, 1st week. Leadership training every single month. We need to do that, but except for the 3rd week. Reports, I do reports every single Thursday. That is a non-negotiable for me. Okay. And I know so many of you guys get my emails, but I do reports because I need to make sure I know where you guys are, and I need to make sure who my upcoming leaders are, and I need to make sure that you are shouting out your people if they're going to promote. And if I do see something and I know you haven't shouted them out, then I'm going to send you a message and say, hey, don't forget to shout X out for this, or don't forget to shout X out for that. I always give the sponsor a chance to shout out their person first before I do it as the director. Okay. So make sure you know those boundaries with your team and that you're respecting those boundaries. Okay. But reports are non-negotiable for every single week, and it should be for everybody if you have a team. Okay. Frontline active shout outs. I am very intentional with my frontline gets active, and Michelle is too. We shout you out, and I know who's active and I know who isn't, because I pull my frontline report 3 or 4 times a day. I know where my frontline's at. Now, I can go through every single person on this list that's my frontline and tell you what their PRV is right now. So make sure that you guys are being very intentional with shouting out your frontline when they get active, because that's a huge goal. And for somebody, that may mean the world to them. Okay. And they may not always have the 2000 PRV months, and that's okay, but make sure you're shouting them out. Okay. My promotion postcards, first of the month, track my leaders and pick who I want to do a connection call with the next month. I do that on week 4 through my frontline spreadsheet. And then my paycheck, I update that every single week. Okay. So those are my leadership tasks. Sponsoring task. I know that you guys know Michelle and I have really gotten really into like digging into what works for us. So my sponsoring tasks are the Sunbeam file, and then I am working on some type of like welcome stuff when they join. I want to do some welcome stuff when people in our group join and get very intentional with that, but I just haven't figured it out yet. So guess what? There's nothing there for that, and that's okay, because we're figuring it out, and I'm gonna write it down when I know what works. Okay. But my daily non-negotiables are my tracking my numbers. Make sure that you guys are tracking your numbers. If you're not, you're never going to know where to go. And I suck at it. And I can say that because Michelle is always like, did you track your numbers today? So guess what I did? I put it on my checklist. So I will literally check it off every single morning because I'm a checklist person. Connect with my daily 5. I connect with 5 people through Instagram stories, Facebook posts, or Instagram posts. Some way I'm connecting with new people so that I have those connections for the future. Okay. My third thing that I do every single day is my daily 3 checkoff, my sale, my recruiting, and my booking conversation, 1 a month. Let me be very clear. That does not mean that I'm asking somebody to join every single day. Sometimes I know that it's not there yet, but I want them to join. So I build that connection, and then I write their name down in the recruiting, because it's kind of like a follow-up system for me for the recruiting. And so I write their name down and I write connection next to it. Okay. So be very intentional with what you're doing and how you're using that, if that's what you choose to do. All these files will drop in the drive. Then I check my news tab. I share on social media using a product, a story, or something. Please show up on your social media. I cannot tell you how many times I can look at somebody's page and they come to me and say, well, I don't have any sales. And so I look at their social media page and they haven't posted. So if you're not sharing the product, you're not going to get sales. And don't just think that we can share stock photos. We all have open parties right now. So get some stuff for free and half off, and then take selfies with those pictures or share what you love about it. Do something where people know that you are an active Scentsy consultant, because if not, they're going to come to me or they're going to go to Michelle. So you're going to have those situations. So you need to make sure you're being very active on your social media. And then a next non-negotiable thing is I post on my team page and my VIP page. I know consistently as like frontline, and you guys, everybody in the chat and watching this video as a replay, it's easy. You guys feed off of what Michelle and I do on that team page, and that's great. But something that I really want you guys to all put on your list is to post on the team page and post on your VIP page every single day. Even if it's like a, hey, like you want to jump on a call and do a power hour, you don't need me to do a power hour, and you don't need Michelle to do a power hour. You guys can do your own power hours. And I want that for you guys. I want you guys to work around you. But I want the team page, it to be somewhere where you guys post what you're doing. Or if you need help, hey, does anybody have something that I can, like, how are you getting active this month? There's 153 people on mine, and there's 300 and something on Michelle's. So use the people. Y'all use each other. Don't think that you don't have value. And that's a whole nother training that I want to do, is using your gifts and being like owning them. But you are powerful, and what you say has value. So use the team page and never think that it's somewhere that you have to be a certain rank to post, because that's not true at all. You guys know more than I know. So don't ever think that what you have to say doesn't have value. Okay. So make that something. If you're making these checklists, post on my director's page. That's what I want to do. I want to post on my director's page because I need help, or I want to show that I had this really cool idea. You guys have so many good ideas, and you guys tell me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I would have like realized that or thought about that. But I never would have known if you weren't like having a call with me because you didn't post. So post and share, show yourself off. Okay. That's what I want you guys to do. I want you to show yourself off. Okay.
The last part is a task for your business. If you have a team, meaning you have sponsored one person, you need to be consistent with your team as a leader. Okay. You have to show up as a leader. You have to set a good example as a leader. And in order for your team and your group to have respect for you as a leader, to have relationship with you as a leader, you have to show up and you have to be consistent. I know it's hard. I know school's happening again. We're in person. It's weird. I mean, we haven't been, doing all the things for like 2 years, and you're trying to adjust and everything. But if you have one person under you, then you have a team. I made my team page, my team group page, scented shells, when I had one recruit. It was me and Tammy, and I made my team page. Okay. I think that that's super important to do that. Some people might say, wait till you have a team of 10, or wait till you're a star, or wait till you're something like that. You become a leader the first time that somebody signs up under you. You have a team the first time somebody signs up under you. You might not know it's scented shells or sunshine scent. You might not know that. You might just say it's Jackie's team page or something. And that's fine. You can rename it later, whatever you want to. But as soon as you have one person underneath you, you have a team. You have a responsibility to your team and to your group. Once once you start producing directors and stuff, your group breaks apart into different teams and stuff. And that's why we have a family of teams. That's why I changed the name and Tiffany changed to her name, because we have families of teams underneath each one of our big groups. So that's super important to me. And I feel like your confidence as a leader and your consistency as a leader needs to be shown by your posting and showing up and answering questions for people on your team. Yes, Tiffany and I are going to be there, but ultimately it's your sponsor's responsibility to help you and to guide you in everything else. So it's that leader that you need to go to and ask questions and build a team page. Build your culture from the ground up. Okay. If you have one person on your team, do a team page tomorrow and get excited about it. That's the biggest thing. Get excited about it. They might be looking at scented shells, and then all of a sudden they're on Wickless 802, and they're looking at something that Kimberly's doing, and all of a sudden, or Nicole's team, Wickly Waxy Beast, they're looking at something that they saw on scented shells. But you know what? They might miss something too. It's okay to take stuff from our page and post it, because to me, that's positive reinforcement. I don't see anything wrong with taking something from the news tab or something that Tiffany and I share as a group. We have 440 on our group page, 400 people on scented shells. So you take that and you share it with your team, but you're still keeping them in the know. That's going to build respect for you as a leader. That's going to say, look, I can see Jackie is looking and keeping up with what Michelle's doing on her group page, and I appreciate her for that. And you know what? Eventually, they're going to come to your page first, and they're going to look and see on your page and see you as a leader, and you're only going to grow. You're only going to get bigger. So I feel like team consistency and team support and show up is a huge part of you growing your business. If you want to grow your business and you want to sponsor somebody, set you up a group, set you up a team page, and get your group going and get your team going and get them fired up, and shout them out on your team page, shout them out on the group page too. But that intimate relationship with your team only is what's going to build the confidence in you as a leader, and it's going to build the trust in you from your other group that's underneath you. So I feel like when you're doing that and you're sharing stuff, don't feel like, well, Michelle's doing it, so I don't have to do it. Michelle's got 400 people on her Facebook page, so they might miss something on my Facebook page. So don't feel like that. Don't feel like you're not worthy to have your own team page, because you are so worthy once you have one person. And that's going to build your confidence as a leader, because they're going to come to you. They're going to come to their people that are within that group that's on that team page. Okay, that's where the bond is going to come. And when you have that bond and the people that are on your team have that bond, then that's going to just strengthen your team, and that's going to make them want to grow and make them want to sponsor and make them want to add people to your page, not my page alone. They're always welcome on my page, but to your page as a leader and growing from this point on. That's going to be something that, if you want that respect and you want that consistency in your group to grow, start a team page. Start showing up as a leader. Start posting stuff from the news tab on there. Start, letting people ask questions on there. Run your reports and see if, somebody has promoted or, whatever that you can shout them out with. That's just the big thing, because it takes both praise and grace to run a successful business. Honestly, praise and grace to run a successful business. Not everybody's going to do everything right, and you got to give grace, but you also got to give praise whenever praise is due. So
I totally agree. And I'm just going to piggyback off like the team part. Michelle, I think so many of you guys think that you guys can check out because Michelle and I are going to be there. And we are, yes, Michelle and I will always be there, but it's so hard for me to come in and take over your team because I don't have that connection with them. So it's like I start at recruiting all over again, because why would someone listen to me? They just see Tiffany Green, like she's popping up on my phone. I don't mind coaching your people if you physically, mentally, and all that can't. I get it. Things happen, anxiety happens, all that. But it's hard to come in and coach your people because they don't trust us as much as they trust you. So take that into accountability too when you're thinking about everything. Obviously, life's going to happen, and Michelle and I will always have every single person's back. Like, we do not mind. We have you 100%. Yes. But just know that no one can coach them as good as you. That I can't coach them as good because they don't trust me as good as they trust you. So just know you are valued, and whatever is going on in your life or whatever you have and mentally, just do 3 things a day. Or if 3 things are really hard, because I know I suffer with really bad anxiety too. Sometimes 1 thing is all I can do, and that's okay. Do 1 thing off your list that's going to make you money. And if I had to choose, it would literally just be me doing my daily 3 sales conversations and booking and everything. But I would not ask them for a sell, and I would not ask them to party, and I would not ask them for a recruit and to join. But what I would do is to get in their text messages and just start building that relationship and keeping that relationship up and writing their name down and saying, okay, well, that's good enough, because I can ask her in 3 to 4 weeks if she wants to party with me, because I checked in and made sure she was good. So know that whatever you're doing, just do 1 thing if that anxiety is so bad, or honestly, you have value, and leading does not come from anything natural. Getting on these calls, sometimes, I'm not going to lie to every single person watching this, sometimes I don't think that I am as good as leader as Michelle is, or I don't think that I am. I know she's laughing because we've had this conversation a lot lately, but sometimes but that's just me tearing myself down because I don't feel comfortable. You're never going to feel comfortable as a leader. It's always going to be really awkward. I'm going to be upfront with you because I am such an awkward person, but it's always going to be awkward, and it's always going to be hard to get in front of these calls and act like you have it all together, because honestly, Michelle and I tried to tell you guys, we are very honest. I don't have my life together. You should go see my Scentsy closet. Actually, I did clean it. I did see it. samples made like Michelle does. I don't. Mine are in a bottle still from the Scentsy product, and I need to do that. But I just haven't because I've been so busy partying, and that's okay. You're going to be at different points in your business than me and Michelle are right now. That's fine. But just take where you are and do what you can. Just do something.
And
Find
I only have samples made up because I did the power pop-up. You can ask Nicole and Ashley and Carmen, the ones that came on there. It was literally like, I came up here, I sat down, I started working, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna see if anybody wants to work with me. And we just popped on and we just, we did what we had to do or whatever. So that's the only reason. But I mean, honestly, we got to wrap up because it's like quarter till. It's the biggest thing we can tell you is the organization of your business ensures that the flow that comes from your organization is what makes your business work successfully. And when you have clear systems in place, like the top 3 things you need to do today, or making samples, or whatever that is that you need to do today, if you have a system in place, then your business is going to flow and your organization is going to be a lot easier. And that burden of stress about it is going to come off of you. I can't tell you the lift off of my shoulders to know that my customers are taken care of. My customers are okay now. And I got the mail and I got the stuff ready for it. And does it take me? It literally took me, ask Tiffany, it took me 6 hours when I first came in here and started this. That's what I did for 6 hours straight. I came home from on a Saturday. I came in here and I started working, and I literally did my spreadsheet, put all my people in there, made my samples, did everything that I needed to do, printed my labels. It took me 6 hours to get that foundation started. But now it just takes me like maybe 45 minutes, to do what I have to do in the evening whenever I get home to run my business. So make sure that you know what you're doing. Make sure you stay organized, and make sure that you definitely lead from the front if you're a leader, and make sure that you have all the confidence in the world that you can do all the things. You can do this. We know you can. We see you. We know you can. You just have to have confidence in yourself.
And with that, we're done. Gonna stop the recording.
We're done.
Okay, how do I stop this recording though, honestly?